All right, listen up, YouTube. I'm going to tell you about the time I almost lost my virginity, but I didn't quite at the time. So, this was the summer before my senior year of high school. Uh, I won't tell you the real names of these people. I'm going to give them different names just to protect their identities. Yeah, this was the summer before my senior year of high school. And I I have a great aunt and great uncle that have a place in Florida. It's at an apartment complex, and I've been there a number of times throughout my life, and so here and there, me, my brother, sister, and cousins would meet people who live at that complex or would visit that complex or whatever. So there was this one girl. I'm going to use a different name for her. Let's call her Mary. Uh, she's from Maryland, and her parents bought an apartment in that apartment complex, um, and so and they started living there. But Mary went to college in Florida. So yeah, this apartment complex is in southern Florida. It's like 20 minutes away from Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach. And so Mary and I were like 17 at the time. And she and I would like make out here and there and stuff like that. Um, and this girl, like, we did vibe well and stuff like that. And in like we would like normally like make out at night, like outside, like on the tennis court or at the pool or at like her apartment here and there. um and yeah, it was just like nice good vibes, you know what I mean, to be in like the summer, to have this little summer fling while I was there. And like she was there for like a month, and me too at the time. Like when I was younger, I used to go for longer periods of time to Florida because I didn't have as many responsibilities as I do now, as now that I'm more of an adult. So so she was actually the first girl I've ever done any sexual experience with. She gave me hand jobs here and there, but that was it. There was nothing more than that. But she was not a virgin at the time. Like she wasn't a virgin anymore, but I was, and she, I could tell, seemed hesitant on like whether or not she wants to like pursue. Or no, no, she wasn't hesitant at first. I was gonna say she was like hesitant on whether or not she wanted to pursue having me lose my virginity. She actually did like explicitly say at first like she wanted to like have sex with me. But what made her slowly lose interest in that was because this other kid who suddenly appeared on vacation there a couple weeks later, that we all met and encountered, like me, my cousins, brother and sister, and her. This kid, I'm going to give him a different name, Nate. He's from Ohio, and that kid, Nate, and Mary started to vibe pretty well. And this kid Nate, like he plays, like at the time he like played hockey in high school. He was like a cool kid and whatever. I was a lot more awkward and weird back in high school. But this kid was only like, I don't know, 14 or 15, and mind you, we're like 17. So it was like kind of a weird age difference. Um, but she was starting to prefer him and started to have a thing with him. And on top of it, like, um, they had a situation where Nate was living in his own apartment at the time. meaning it was an extra apartment that his grandparents had that Nate was able to just chill at and do whatever at. So like they had their own situation where they could have like sex in there. So that's what they started doing. And then slowly over time, she like lost more and more interest in me because she started this thing with Nate, which was more preferable, and because Nate wasn't a virgin. So pretty much I ended up losing my chance of losing my virginity. I honestly think I would have lost my virginity if Nate wasn't in the picture, but he happened to be in the picture. It was a pity because I did really vibe well with this girl. And I was hopeful that this was finally going to be the chance I was going to lose my virginity into this girl. So it would have been neat, but whatever. That's life. I ended up losing my virginity my freshman year of college, which was like a couple years after then. But what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, yeah, I actually messaged her. I messaged her this past summer to see like what's up, like how she's been, blah blah blah. Because the last time I saw her was the summer before my freshman year of college, so it's been quite a while. She now lives there at that apartment complex because she graduated from a college in Miami and now is going to graduate school in Miami, and so that's why she doesn't live in Maryland anymore. Also considering how her parents like fully made the move to live in Florida. But yeah, she and I had a good conversation. I could tell she like noticed I glowed up, like meaning in the sense that I'm not remotely as socially awkward as I was before. And she's probably looking back now like, oh wow, I was a nice guy, blah blah, because like sometimes there's girls during like that time period or a certain time period in their life where they're thinking they're wanting like the douchey bad guys, this that, but then they end up realizing, wait a minute, I'm done with that phase, and they want to go for the nice good guys or whatever. And then also another thing too is that I honestly like look a lot better than I used to, because like I don't know, I just like ended up fitting my body a lot better. I ended up working out more, facial hair, etc., etc., etc. But the only problem right now is I'm like balding, but who cares? It still works. But whatever. But my point is it's very interesting how life works. You never know what's going to come at you, what sort of obstacles. And then two is you never know if those people can come back in your life one way or another. So it was neat to be able to contact her, again, when it was so many years after. So that's that. Thank you for listening. And yeah, check out my other stuff, like and subscribe. Bye-bye.